This is The Vigilante, and my name is James Farley, The Vigilante. California has recently passed a ban on text messaging while you drive. I think this is generally a pretty good idea, trying to make the roads of California safer. I completely agree, especially since we just had an accident where a Metrolink engineer was driving a train while he was texting and went head-on into another train after he blew through one of the lights, the signal lights. He didn't even hit the brakes until the time of impact. He basically was texting right up to the point of impact. Unbelievable. And they actually then didn't pass a law, but made a regulation that says engineers should no longer be allowed to text and surf the internet while they're actually actively driving a train. Completely agree, let me tell you there. But this law that passed in California for the average driver on the street is a little different. If you get caught texting or surfing the internet while you're actually actively driving at freeway speeds of, 70 to 80 miles an hour, they're going to fine you. Yes, they're going to slap you with a huge fine. $20 for first-time offenders. And then, if you don't learn from your first $20, economic hit, they up the fine to an incredible $50. 50 full dollars for texting while you're driving on the freeway. This is fucking ridiculous. 50 bucks? Even homeless people could pay off a $50 texting fine. It's nothing. I mean, it's less than nothing. It's kind of insulting. I mean, I could just imagine Paris Hilton, she's, talking on her phone, texting, looks over and there's a cop. Just, takes out 20 bucks, kind of throws it at him, drives away. I mean, 20 bucks here is laughable. It's nothing. It's not even worth the cop's time to stop you, get out of the car, walk up, write out a ticket, give it to you. They're not even going to do it for 20 bucks. It's ridiculous. Why pass a law? Why go to all of the problem and trouble of passing a law that is pointless, that isn't going to make anybody stop texting, stop driving while they're surfing the internet for the penalty that comes out? If I park 5 extra minutes, okay, in one of the in a metered parking spot here, I can get a fine for $60. $60 for overstepping my parking right for 5 minutes. Okay, there's nobody in a chance of getting hurt because I parked a little bit too long and didn't put the right amount of money in. Nobody gets hurt, but I get to pay 60 bucks. Okay, if I park on the street and forget to put up my little placard that says I can park out there, 60 bucks. Okay, but if you're driving a car while texting, completely and utterly dangerous. Every study has shown that texting while driving is about the equivalent of being drunk while driving. You get a penalty of 20 bucks for the first time, and then it goes up to a whopping 50 if you're really a repeat offender. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The penalties for drunk driving are huge. You lose your license. You get thousands of dollars of fines. You got to go to court. You could go to jail for repeat offenders. And for texting, it's not even a slap on the wrist. I'd rather pay 20 bucks than get a good slap on the wrist. It's ridiculous. So why even bother passing the law? If you're going to pass a law, okay, and say that this is illegal, this is something that we do not, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible, and you're going to make a law against it, make it where the penalty is at least enough to make someone fear getting caught. I mean, I fear getting caught at the metered parking spot because the police, enforcement of that particular law is very high. As soon as I don't know how they do it, but as soon as your meter runs out, there's a meter maid there giving you a ticket. 60 bucks, when an extra quarter would have done you good, but you got to pay 60 bucks. But you drive around, texting away, surfing the internet, listen to iPod music, whatever, paying completely no attention to your driving, worse than a drunk driver in some instances. And there you get, 20 bucks. And how often are you going to get caught on this particular thing? I mean, I have seen people just walking the street, seeing people talk on the phone, which is against the law here, texting, doing all sorts of things they're not supposed to. And the cops aren't chasing these people down. They're not putting out, cell phone roadblocks and stopping you and, checking to see if you're, following the laws and stuff like that, like they do with drunk driving. Basically, it's a very under-enforced. I suppose if you, blatantly did it in front of a cop and stuck your tongue out and went to them, maybe they would, take offense and say, I'm going to give you a $20 fine for that, buddy. But otherwise, it's pointless. So, as vigilantes, I want you to question when someone passes a law that doesn't have a penalty associated with it. A law with no teeth only means the very good-natured people out there that are trying to find some excuse to hang up the phone and say, I'm driving, it's against the law, I can't drive now, click. Those are the only ones that are going to be benefiting from this law. No one that's actually right now feels that they can drive and text and multitask and do their makeup or whatever at the same time. Nobody that thinks that is going to be dissuaded from continuing to think that because they're possibility of getting a $20 fine. Possibility. It's ridiculous. It's pointless. It's a waste of my time, waste of the government's time, waste of the cops' time. You might as well not even write the law at all. It's a pointless law unless you put some teeth in it. And then if somebody does get caught, they go, ooh, that hurts. I ain't going to do that again. Then maybe it'll change some people's behavior. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. It's just more of this. Feels good, but ultimately doesn't get you anywhere. So, James Fry, Vigilante Center, Vigilante